Hello and welcome to the 6th episode. No, this is the 7th episode of Binding Roll, where we play 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons in the world of the 9th Age. If you are unfamiliar with the 9th Age, it is a tabletop wargaming strategy game that I love very much and that this YouTube channel is dedicated to. If you are interested in that, please click the link in the below to the 9th Age website. But let's go ahead and catch up with our adventures. So, I think last week I decided that we shouldn't level up. Did you guys level up to 7 or not?
8.
No.
I'm with
Give
you.
myself a couple
8.
inspiration dice as well while I was at it.
Nice.
I think Sunset was leveling up too fast, and I had to shut her down.
Oh, so like Sunset doesn't have to level up, we can level up. We're doing all the hard work, so that's fair.
No, so all the players are still at
I've
level.
already hit my peak, so
Still at level 6. But this is episode 7. We don't have anything to talk about with our new levels, but we should always talk about what we're drinking. Tonight I am drinking a beer called Pineapple Triple Cream Dream. This is a milkshake beer. It's kind of crazy, but I love it.
Oh.
What kind of milkshake?
It's like
Vanilla milkshake?
I couldn't describe to you, but it has like some sort of lactate in it. Milk sugar. And it's like just a really
Perfect.
thick, sweet beer. But
Nice.
Sunset, what are you drinking?
I'm just drinking gin and ginger beer. Pretty
Yeah.
simple.
Do you have a special name for this drink also?
No, it's just it's literally off of the back of the bottle of gin.
Hey, right.
Hey, it works.
Class.
So
Landval, what are you drinking?
Just a Pilsner. Probably seen this one before.
Have we seen? Oh yeah, we have seen that one. The Freem, whatever it is, Firm.
Yep.
Yogi Bear.
Caitlyn.
I got a Stone Buena Vista Salt and Lime Lager, which is kind of weird, but hey, someone left it at a party. Well, I was curious, Slime Ball. Any changes?
Yeah. Not yet. Still pondering the whole direction.
Okay.
And I wanted to give it one quick little shout out during must have been a few weeks ago now, was Prime Day on Amazon Prime. And as you know, I love to do DM campaigns that are like murder mystery. I like a little secrecy in my my D&D campaigns. So I picked up Candlekeep Mysteries. And I've been reading through it slowly, and there's some pretty cool stuff in here. I might kind of integrate into our campaign. So, and also I think the mystery of the warrior priest of Suna killing the prostitutes was a fun episode. So we'll see if more of that comes down the line.
I think cleansing was the term he used.
The cleansing, yes. To him, it's cleansing. To everyone else, it's mass murder.
Yeah, not better.
All right, so last episode, you defeated the warrior priest. Everyone was very happy about that. And at the end, you celebrated in the tavern with everyone involved, and you were eventually invited to the keep for a banquet in your honor, where basically everyone that is anything in the city of Cantamont will be there. Also, unbeknownst to Landval and Caitlyn, Sunset made contact with the Order of the Crow and was given a mission to join. She has to steal the amulet off of the great general Vespasian, the highborn elf Vespasian. Did I forget anything else from last week? It's been a crazy week for me at work, so I'm struggling to remember everything.
No, remember we got some souvenirs from
Yeah.
our little halfling friend. He's quite the collector of goblin hands and such. Like we're down for that.
Oh, and I
The
completely
only thing
forgot
I
to
want to
mention,
know is, did we get a long rest?
yes, you slept through the night. It was a whole night.
All right.
You don't get levels. You don't get long ones. You get nothing.
Last week we gave a shout out to WH World Building or whatever it was, our biggest fan, WH World Building, and he contacted me on the on the Ninth Age forum, and he was very thankful.
Nice.
And we'll see if we maybe in the future can get him on the show. That'd be fun, but not this week. And let's see here. I gotta get into the game here. All right, so the three of you have slept through the night. I definitely think Lanval and Caitlyn are suffering a little bit from a hangover, but nothing too that will actually affect your dice in the game. Just a little headache this morning. The banquet is scheduled for the early evening. So you have today to do what you wish in Cantamont.
How much time until the banquet?
Oh, it's what, 8 in the morning, so
All
10 hours?
day.
10?
It's quite the party. Perhaps some new threads would be in
What?
order.
I did
what-
want to go shopping,
Oh yeah.
and we do need to stop by House Door.
What loose ends are still hanging out there we haven't resolved yet?
Oh.
I thought we
Well-
made a lot of obligations and done very little of them.
Actually, we've done a fair few of them. We solved who was murdering the prostitutes, so we can turn that into the door ladies. They did task us with resolving that, if I
Did they
remember
task you with
correctly.
that? They tasked you with going into finding their son, which you did. Then they gave you their...
Yeah,
They had us look. Murders was the next quest because it was bringing sort of instability to
Yeah.
the trade routes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah. We better be getting something for it. Damn it! Worked hard for that.
yeah.
Or we-
The only thing we really haven't completed is solving the undead problem in the catacombs.
It sounds like the head guard, Claude de Fay, was offering resources to assist with that endeavor, not just locking the door behind us.
Yes, more resources than two guards who, well, one of them actually survived a fair bit of time and then got lost in the maze. For all we know, he's still alive down there.
He went off
Yeah,
to
he doesn't
save.
live that.
He went off to save Sam, and then Sam miraculously showed up back at the bar drunk.
With blood on his hands.
Yep.
Should we go back into the catacombs, or are we?
Well, not today.
No,
No,
We
no,
got
get all
all day.
dirty for the party. We must prepare
Yeah.
for the party.
Got like
Get
10
on
hours
board.
to kill.
yeah, but I'm not gonna go. We gotta go shopping. That's gonna take at least 8 hours.
Yeah,
It's true. Yeah. Spend
especially
it
one
fast.
clothes made in a day. That's some
You
time.
got some money to spend too. So
Yep.
what do
So-
we get for
First, we get more money from the doors.
$100?
Yeah, I was
Then
thinking
we-
stop by the doors first, and then can go shopping.
So, to the doors.
All right.
All right, so you head over to the Dur territory of town, and you approach the main hall, and there's the usual guard at front. He lets you in. In the main hall, normally there were the 4 Dur sisters, but Let me get to the images here. As you enter, there is only one sister present, attending to the people of their territory, and that is Dorothea.
Greetings. The most fairest of the four sisters is here to greet us, I see.
Hold on 1 second, let me just get this up. Why are you not showing up? There you go. Okay. With that comment, Dorothea looks at you and gives you a wry smile. You can tell she's trying to be put together and very looking proper, but her smile betrays her, and she realizes your flattery makes her happy. Dorothea says, the great champions of House Dur, what can I do for you?
Well, we figured it was time to recount our harrowing adventure in the past evening. A strange and terrifying war priest of Suna has been laying havoc to the city, and he has been struck down by myself and the warrior elves that accompany me. The city is now safe, and that chapter can be put to rest.
Yes, the mysterious murders of the ladies, the dirty ladies of the night, who haunt our streets at the bewitching hour.
Well,
Even though I hated these ladies, it was good they were not murdered, and the city of Cantamount thanks you.
An honor, of course. I whispered to Sunset, what was the reward again?
I don't think the Door Sisters did not send you on that mission.
They did. That's the only reason that we started investigating it.
Was it?
They did.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my brain is really going. Dorothea says, as you can see, my sisters are not as prepared as I am for tonight's banquet, which I am told is being held in your honor. They are away deep in our keep, preparing themselves for tonight's festivities. Again, I thank you for what you've done for this city, and the House Door continues to support you.
Well, an honor as always. And we look forward to seeing you all this evening.
Oh,
This will be our first foray into the Duke's manor. Any tips or advice you could offer one such as us?
It is shaping up that this banquet will be one of the greatest parties in a long time. Everyone of note in this city has replied that they are attending. It will be packed with the most beautiful, the most powerful people of Cantamount. But none of those people can compare to me at a party, I look forward to seeing you there.
As do I.
Also, Sir Lanval, Blanche told me to tell you to keep your eye out for her. She has a special outfit picked out for you.
Ooh, can hardly wait. I have very poor vision.
These humans and their mating rituals.
So was there anything we needed to gather before we headed out for the day?
I'm trying to think of how I want to word this. Because, I mean, ultimately I'm going to be asking for more money, but I want to make it sound legitimate.
Well, we do need to make a good impression as representing them.
I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just thinking, what can I say that will get them to give me money and continue to give me money in the future?
Perhaps, like, say that we don't have any great clothing to wear to such a high-end affair, and if they could kick us some coin to buy some better-looking attire, wouldn't disgrace the house.
See, I thought about that, but the way I see that playing out is them giving us stuff that's just going to be plastered with their symbol, and I don't want to wear the symbol at all.
Maybe ask for to borrow some jewelry, and then we could pawn it.
Well, what do you say, Sunset? What do you say?
I guess something along the lines of what's the word I'm looking for? Not endeavor.
Adventure.
Mission?
Yeah, those are all really close, but not.
Crusade?
Task?
That crusade
Aaron?
would be thematic.
As you ponder what you're saying, Dorothea starts to kind of look at you sidelong like, did you want to say something to me?
Does she actually say, did you want to say something to me?
Yes.
Okay. I'll say, my apologies. I'm trying to be tactful about this, but for lack of a better term, the quest we completed last night taxed some of our resources. We would be very grateful to any God, what's the word I'm looking for?
Compensation?
Yeah, compensation, I guess, would be yes, that. We could receive.
Compensation? But we have already given you so much already. Isn't the sigil of House Dur enough?
While the sigil opens many doors, it does not lighten the burden on my purse. I'm willing to roll deception on this implying that
Yeah.
we had to bribe a lot of people.
Yeah, let's
To,
give a persuasion check. Yeah, persuasion check.
Yeah, okay. I mean, either one works. They're both +7. Ooh, that's gonna be 16.
All right. She says, yes, that is very clear. Defeating the warrior priest of Suna must have been taxing on not only your mind and body, but your pocketbook as well. Let's see, all I have here is the coinage that we distribute to the residents of our fair district. Let's see what she jingles around, and she opens a little chest that's beside her, and she pulls out a handful of coin, and she takes it and she sets it on the table in front of her. She says, "Is this enough to satisfy you?" And there's probably 100 gold.
I'll playing graciously, I'll say this will do just fine.
Okay, there you go. 100 gold.
All right.
That was a lot of work for $100.
It's $100 we didn't have before. That we really didn't work very hard for.
All right.
It's work. So,
Is there anything else I
we
could do
are-
for you before the banquet this evening?
I would not want to trouble you with any additional requests. I'll look to Caitlyn and Landval if they have any requests they would make.
I did have a question regarding the aftermath of defeating this errant warrior priest. He was very popular amongst the peasants, but I don't know what has become of his followers, if that's something that we need to be concerned about.
I think they're
Yes.
kindling, weren't they?
Didn't they get vaporized?
The traveling warrior priest had a great following within the peasantry that accumulates outside the peasant gate to the west of Cantamont. A great number of workers and lowborn have accumulated outside our city gates. But after the
Give me
warrior
5
priestess, I have heard word that those members have dispersed, and they have most likely come back under the loving care of the lady.
Good. I hope that has been beneficial to the trade of soaps and spices that has helped make Dor such a power in the city.
Yes. We continue to prosper. We are House Dor, of course. Only the best can be expected.
Very good. Well, let's go find a place to good for the party. Perhaps
Some place to spend our not so hard-earned cash.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So you decide to exit, I assume.
I'm wearing my full plate to this party, by the way.
well,
Yeah,
sure.
that
Probably-
will be common with the knights.
Not just
That would be expected, but To be perfectly honest, Caitlyn could probably get away with wearing her armor as well. I'm the one that needs an upgrade.
Yeah, from your understanding of Equitanian culture, Caitlyn will be expected to be in formal wear also. Because, back in the day, men expected things out of their women and held them to different standards than themselves.
Then there's also the Elven General Vespasian, who's there, who is of our kind, and so social requirements.
Who
Along with
will
that.
be potentially relieved of one of his belongings. You guys don't know
Yeah,
that.
just so you understand, he is a highborn elf, which is very different from a sylvan elf, which you guys are. There is a contentious relationship between sylvan elves and highborn elves.
Oh, overcompensate a little bit. Doesn't want to look like we're these ratty, dirty, forest people to these pretentious assholes. But
So, what do you want to seek out? What kind of stores?
fine garments.
Yeah.
Also,
essentially,
how much coin were you carrying on you? Because remember, you left a significant amount in the room, right?
Yeah, well, before leaving, I wanted to basically clean it out. I wanted to.
Yeah, Lambo, you got the box on the table, right?
Yep.
I don't know. You guys left without saying a word. I don't know if I'm gonna let you say you took the coins.
It's got my big sack of money. Cling, 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 cling. Was there paper
There's
currency?
nothing stopping us from going back and picking it up. If
Yes,
you
I'm
want to
sure
play
the
that way. Like,
You've been robbed.
It's
of
like-
all your...
Yeah, I mean, we came unburdened in case we had more coin to take, but as we do not, we can go back for more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How long does it take to traverse the city?
Oh,
Half an
half
hour.
an hour. Half an
Okay.
hour.
Okay. All right.
So
Well-
as you walk along the city streets, you definitely notice that you are noticed by the people of Cantamont, and not everyone, you're not like the biggest celebrities in town, but there are a few who kind of point at you and murmur things about you defeated the great warrior priest of Suna, you saved the docks from his followers and the spread of his influence on the city. But where do you want to go? Shops or back to the tavern?
well, I mean, that
Well,
all depends
well-
on.
How much we're tending to spend, but fine clothing's only 15 gold, so having 100 plus whatever you carried from the inn,
That's true.
I hope is enough for breads, unless you were wanting fancy jewelry to go with that, where sky's the limit. But it's
Yeah.
jewelry is what traditionally the efficient means of transporting wealth. If you want to convert
So, I
gold
mean, I
for
had
jewels.
220 on me that has been on me since we hid stuff in the room.
Okay,
Um,
so we have like
so-
320.
320 on me now with the extra 100.
Okay. So that's like 20 units of fine clothing. If
So
you want to
can
go
buy,
super,
like- Can you buy some magic apparel?
Well, like that's kind of what I was literally trying to dig through books to see if I could find anything on like, magically enhanced like clothing or anything that we could potentially look for.
well,
Because that would potentially be beneficial for me. Because
Well,
as long as it counts as clothing.
Well, how about we go look for stuff? And if we don't have enough money, if our negotiate, like this is all the money we have, we can't spend more. It's like, if we need more money, we can always go back and go back,
That's true. That's true.
or go back for it when they're not open. Whichever.
If you find some kind of clothing that increases your odds of pickpocketing or sleight of hand would be good.
Good point.
I mean, I
Concealment.
got a +7 in that as well, so.
Yeah, but the DC might be like 40 or something.
Hmm.
True. But I could always just get him drunk.
Yep. All right. So let's go shopping. So
Yeah.
equipment, you get your armor shined, or are you good enough to take care of your armor? Or do you want like professionally buffed out?
I'll take care of my own armor.
Yeah.
With my hours of free time while you guys shop around.
Alright.
What do you do? You are unfamiliar with this with the shops in town, so what do you want to try?
I mean, asking somebody never hurt.
Yeah. I mean, could have asked Dorothea, but I imagine they come with a different price. But-
So yes, ask someone randomly on the street. This person, because this is the kind of the well-off part of town. So the person you stop happens to be a lady of lesser nobility. She describes to you the finest fabric clothing store in this area is something called the Fae's Thimble. Also, outside of the gates in the Crusaders' Way, along the route into the city, there is what's called the Ordo of fabric making. I don't know, what's the word I'm looking? Fabric making.
Tailoring?
Tailoring, I guess, yeah.
Well, that'd be clothing.
Yeah, just clothing in general. This is less of a shop and more of a place where the experts of making fabric and clothing are all huddled together in like a guild almost.
Sure.
And that's heavily influenced by the religion of the worship of the lady. And that's what she tells you about those two things.
Sansa wants to look better than the lady. Where can she find those?
You've got me pegged.
And she also mentions another shop in the docks that's the cheapest in town. They sell dresses on the cheap, and that's called the Busted Girdle.
Nice. We will be at that location.
The Busted Girdle. Okay, I like it. So you head
Write
back
that
into
one
the.
down.
And
All right, Sansa, where do you want to go?
Let's start with that clothing shop, the Fae's Thimble.
Face thimble.
Face Thimble. The Face Thimble is located here in in the center of town. It's one of the most prestigious shops that is located on the central square with the giant statue of the lady in the center, the main square of the town. It is lavish. It is 3 stories. Take up 3 stories of this building. And as you enter, a finely dressed older lady approaches you and says, She looks at you puzzled. Says, what brings the elves into my establishment? What can I do for you?
Elves are always favored by the Fae.
I'll say damn it. Why can't I think of the words that I want to use?
Hey, you're really struggling today.
Yeah,
Well, we're going to the. We were being honored at the Citadel this evening. Guests of honor.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to come up with a word for party that wasn't party, or event, or like
banquet. Just a banquet. Banquet.
Okay, yeah. That's actually the word I was looking for. Actually, now that I think about it. So I want to say,
Go ahead. Say what you're saying.
We're to be the guests of honor at a grand banquet tonight, and we have need of. I'll just trail off there.
As you're saying the words, you see her eyes change, go wider all of a sudden, seeing that she has realized something as you're talking to her, and she says, "Oh, you are those Sylvan elves, the ones who I just heard this morning who killed the warrior priest. Oh, please come in, please come in. What can I do for you?" I have the first floor are beautiful dresses made from the many silks of Equitaine. They have the highest quality here, and of many different styles. We even have possibly a handful of dresses that could fit your tall and lithe figure. On the second floor, we have dresses from all over this great world of ours, from many different nations. I believe there are even Sylvan garments up there somewhere in the back, maybe. Wink, wink, wink. And the third floor, I'm sorry, ladies, but that is off limits to you now. That is the private vault and ownership of the royalty. The clothing of the royalty are on the third floor.
Oh, there's the bait.
Yeah, it is. It
not go in
absolutely
there.
is.
Yep.
Because they totally wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
I'll be outside polishing my armor.
There's a special bench just outside.
Out here at my polishing bench. Watching the world go by.
I feel like this is too dramatic music for shopping.
I mean, I think that's what's got Sunset all flustered. It's a little so nervous about the banquet. Doesn't know what to wear. Gonna have to buy like 20 different styles of clothing and won't know which one to choose until the last minute.
Well, what can I do for you? Gotta say something, Sunset.
Well,
I know. I'm trying to decide if I want to ask about the third floor or if I want to just go straight into what I'm looking for.
put it into conversation
I
while
know
you're
it's a
exploring
bait.
the other one.
I know it's a bait, and I know
Right.
Sunset would know it's a bait. Like, but it's really tempting.
Help yourself. Just do it. Just do it.
I think I'm gonna go because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get what I want anyway. At least not here, based on what the description's already provided. So I'm gonna start with that, and then see where it goes.
Okay, so where are you starting?
So ultimately, I'm looking for, and like I'll essentially say this. I'm looking for robes fit for a mage of the highest order, or a sorceress of the highest order.
Wizardry.
You said 150?
Wizardry.
I mean, there's like 3 lines. So, yeah, PHP 150.
I'd suggest going upstairs to the second floor and talking to our sales representative on the second floor. On the first floor are merely non-magical garments.
Okey-doke.
Well,
Going up.
upstairs we go.
Upstairs
It
we go.
also is probably more in line with what Caitlyn would be looking for anyway, since
Right.
she stated that there may be sylvan garments.
Right.
So upstairs, you head upstairs. It's still just as grand as the first floor, but instead of just racks of clothing, about half the space is racks of clothing, and then the other half looks like almost a workshop. There's a workbench with shells of ingredients in different vials and things bubbling. And there's one figure standing behind the workbench, which is an old, very decrepit lady bent over the table looking at something. Sunset, give me a perception check.
It's gonna be 13.
You recognize this lady. This is the chef that was at the Unicorn's Bounty that let you into the Order of the Crow's secret lair.
As soon as you said, like, decrepit old lady, like, hunched over, I was like, this sounds very familiar. Well,
And as you approach, she just barely lifts her head. She's like looking, barely seeing you. And she gives you a wry smile. Caitlyn, give me a perception roll.
But there's a window here somewhere that has stuff.
you're +3 for perception.
Yeah, I know where's. Oh, okay. 17.
You
pretty
notice definitely that this lady is signaling Sunset somehow, and that she knows Sunset.
All right, and I give Sunset a inquiring stare. Waiting for a response.
I'm probably not even looking at you.
Right. That's fine.
But
I
with
guess I'm seeing what like how you're gonna respond to this. It's like, okay.
with that, the old lady lets out like a very small volume voice, like almost like a little mouse voice that says, "What can I do for you?" What? Hold on.
What can I do for you?
I'll basically just reiterate what I said downstairs. We're to be the guests of honor at a grand banquet tonight, and I'm looking for robes fit for a sorceress of the highest order.
I have many robes of magical power, but they are expensive. Let me show you a few. And she
She points to the rack beside her, and there are 3 robes. One robe is
Red and orange, red and orange, red and orange.
One orange is black, and at the bottom it's light blue, and it kind of fades up to black, and there's like pinholes of light like stars. And she says
That might also be acceptable.
This is the robe of starlight. With it, it'll make you faster than the eye can see.
The second robe is a dark burgundy. These are not robes, these are dresses, not robes. Dresses is a dark burgundy.
Well, I did ask for robes, but
This is a dress of protection.
And lastly, there is one last robe that's kind of like off-white. And so maybe it looks a little dingy, but it's like made to look that way, you know what I mean? It's like brown
like
and
the
white.
distressed
yeah.
fashion trend that's been going around.
And it's got like multicolored patches all around it of different different heraldry of different houses in Cantonmont. And she says,
Lastly, this is the robe of illusion. It will give to you what you need when you truly need it.
Sounds mission appropriate.
When I truly need it.
Robe of delusion.
Yeah. yeah, that's...
Delude's aware. Nobody can see me. I'm invisible. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Mystery Men. I'm invisible, but nobody can be looking at me.
Just make sure you cast detect magic on all these before you buy them.
Well, that'd be great if I had detect magic.
woo! Yikes!
Whatever.
All right.
Let's burn the place down.
Well, these are very interesting. I definitely think they what is the cost on these? What's the damage? What are we looking at?
The robe of the stars is 300 gold. The robe of protection is 200, and the robe, what did I call it? The robe
Of illusion.
of illusion is 150.
200. What did I say? 300.
300, 200, 150.
150.
I'm seriously tempted to buy all 3 of them, honestly. We need to trek back to the inn, but
Yeah.
I am tempted.
Sunset, give me a perception check.
Ooh, that's nice. 22.
Oh, jeez. As you're thinking about this and you're kind of weighing your coin purse, maybe rustling your fingers through the coins, you remember and you also feel with your fingertips the 2 coins that were given to you with the Order of the Crow on it.
Oh, I fully intended on providing one of those coins as part of the payment for whatever I got. Although since you're pointing it out here, I'll take one of those coins and I'll say, hold on to these 3 for me. I'll be back. Consider this a down payment.
Caitlyn, give me a perception check.
I'm not making any. I'm not hiding the fact that I'm doing this.
I know.
But
I just want to see if
19.
Caitlyn sees the coin. Yes,
19.
you do see the coin. You notice Sunset giving this lady that you have noticed they somehow have some sort of connection together, a coin that is unique and has the image of a crow on it.
Mhm.
Just putting that out there. She takes the coin. She takes the coin and she gives a little nod and grunt, and then she pockets the coin.
Are we about the same size? Do we fit the same? Because I need something.
Oh,
Yes.
I was.
Caitlyn and Sunset are about the same size, yeah.
Can it fit like
very
2
next
of them
thing
on?
I was
I want
going
to
to
be
do was-
fast and protected. I like just double up for that.
No, don't count. Don't count.
I was gonna turn to Caitlyn and say, shall we pick out something for you now? We'll need to trek back to the inn
Oh,
before we can pick up my finery. But
so what? So all 3 of those are for you?
I was going to purchase all 3 of them. Yes.
Well, that's fine. You purchased, all my stuff too. So, I using one of those this evening, or
Unless something else.
can't wear
strikes
all
your
3
fancy.
at the same time.
I mean, yeah, this is true. You are right. I have pretty much decided that yes, you could wear one.
Right.
But you may not like the one that I would choose for you. So, do you want to look around and maybe pick something else out as well?
Sure. We'll see what if you have anything of the Sylvan style, that might be appropriate.
She grunts again and kind of turns around and starts like rifling through the racks of clothing, searching way in the back. And she pulls out this. You couldn't call it a dress. You could call it like a tunic. That's kind of just regular undyed brown color. And she says to you, "This is a Sylvan ceremonial dress." But you, as a Sylvan, look at this and realize this is like work clothing. This is like the equivalent of like overalls in the Sylvan world. Give me an insight check. Give me an insight check.
Oh no. Oh no. Natural 1.
Oh no. You no, you definitely understand this is cheap clothing, but you think she's trying to cheat you and like deceive you. That's the vibe you get from her.
Sunset, have you ever seen such fine ceremonial garments before? I've never seen its like.
I imagine that I recognize that this is not ceremonial garments as well, right?
Yeah, you recognize this as well. This is
Okay.
no roll needed.
Wow, I really don't want to be a dick, but
mean, it's.
I mean,
what we
can I make
assume.
that insight check as well?
No.
Are they just?
Because
Are they
like
just ignorant, or are they just really trying to be dicks?
yeah, right. Like that's the
All
question.
right. With
is
that,
like,
we're gonna out to Lanville on the street, polishing his armor. As you're
just don't
sitting
start
there,
polishing your sword.
no one wants to see down the street.
Song? Wax on.
As you are scrubbing this really nagging little piece of your armor that always has a little bit of rust in it, this little nook in the armor, you hear a voice off in the distance through the crowd, and it says, and it's, "Oh, Sir Lanval!" And coming bounding down the street toward you is good old Blanche Dour.
Oh, my favorite door, sister.
And as
Blanche.
she comes up to you, she like throws herself at you like, you know, like a woman fainting, expecting you to catch her. And she says, "Oh, my hero!" Go ahead
Blanche.
and give
Very
me
so.
go ahead and give me an agility, a straight agility check. No, not athletics. Acrobatics. Give me an acrobatics check.
All right, 5. Perfect.
Oh no!
Nice.
Oh no!
As she throws herself towards you, you're just barely. It's so fast that she came at you. You really don't even know what's happening. You stick out your hands in a very late situation, and she lands in your arms, but then she slips through and lands on the floor with a slight ugh. And she looks up at you with these eyes of such pain, and like you betrayed her in the worst way possible.
Oh, my dearest lady, I'm so sorry for this slight against you. I am still mortally wounded from the battle with the dangerous priest at the tavern, and my left arm
Mortally
is almost
wounded.
completely worthless now. I probably have to be amputated here shortly, but I wanted to keep it on just so it can look proper for you at the banquet.
Give me a persuasion check.
Nice.
Roll high, roll high, roll high.
7. Nice.
It's higher.
She looks at you and gives a little moment of doubt and a little bit of betrayal in her eyes, and she stands up and you can see literally maybe a tear forming on her right cheek, and she says, "I thought you were a greater knight than this. I thought you were a better man than this. I was gonna give you everything tonight. And now you've lost it forever."
Oh, Blanche, you have ruined me. Say hi to Dorothea for me.
Burn.
Ooh, that was a burn. When you mentioned
Wow.
Dorothea's name, her eyes become enraged. And she storms off.
Well.
Back into the store. Where were we? Have you decided, Caitlyn, if you think she's trying to pull a fast one on you? It depends if you want to be upset about it or not.
Perhaps you were misinformed. These are mere peasant smocks for work out in the fields. I hope you didn't pay a great price for it.
See, from her hunched position, she looks up at you, looks at the clothing, and she says, "So you don't want to buy it?"
So you don't deny these are peasant smocks you were trying to sell me as fine garments?
I am no expert of sylvan waves. I was sold this as a fine sylvan garment. Bah! Be gone with you. And she puts it back on the rack and goes back to the work table.
Is this a good place to like just drop caltrops in like the middle of a very crowded area, just so big? I mean, people we're facing now, they're too big for that, anyways. It's not very effective. It's now just for screwing with people. But he's old, right? He'll be effective. All right. I think the ones that you have reserved, I think we'll have to do for this evening. These ignorant, if not deceitful humans have nothing of our kind.
I'm gonna say, she was probably just misinformed and, as you say, ignorant of our fashion.
Right. Well,
Yeah, good enough.
well, one is no matter what is fine enough, then, well, I was looking to her saying like, well, I hope these fine magical ones you've are trying to sell my friend are authentic as you speak, or else it'd be unfortunate for this fine store to.
I'm gonna kind of wave you off there and just be like, just quit it.
All right. Fine. I'm going
All
outside.
right, so
Or perhaps I'll even say something to the effect of like hold your tongue, or something.
Yeah, in Elven.
Yeah.
all right, so you are you going back to the tavern now?
Yes, we will head back to the tavern.
All right, you head back to the tavern. It's a regular day at the tavern. Again, Sam is at the bar drinking, of course. And Porky is behind the bar, and they greet you as they normally do.
Yes. Sam the great hero.
What do you want to do? What do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm gonna head up to the room and procure another 330 gold.
I'll go
All right,
up as well. I did want to.
as you
word.
open the hiding spot to where you kept the gold,
I did keep it in two places.
the first one you open, it is empty, except for one piece of paper. On that piece of paper, there is the symbol of the musical note with the sword through it, and below that it says, in order to make sure you are loyal to the Society of the Crow, I took a little collateral. I wish you luck. And with it, and at the bottom, in the bottom, there's a dash and a C, like sign C, just C.
Okay, so 200 gold is missing from behind the painting. I'll open up the floorboard where I had 800 and pull out the 350 I need.
As you open the floorboard, there's a second note and no gold. And that note also reads with the symbol of the note with the sword through it. It says, "I knew about this one too." C.
That's completely unfair.
Let's see here. You guys didn't. Landval and Caitlyn, you never mentioned if you were going up to the room with her.
I was gonna go with the room with her because I was gonna ask her about the coin and what passed.
Yep. So you are both in the room with her, with the missing coin.
Sunset, who stole our money?
It would appear that
Hold on.
Calypso did.
Caitlyn and Landval, give me a Okay, never mind. All right, do you intend to hide the note from them, or do you want them to see there's a note? Sunset.
That's a good question.
You have dice to help you make a decision if you're stuck.
Was it Sam? Was it Sam Sandwich robbing blind? That drunken bastard. Will pay for this.
Already drank through all of it.
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Let's go shake down Sam.
I think the first one I will try to conceal.
Yeah, the one. Okay.
The
So
one from behind the painting.
Landval and Caitlyn, give me a perception check.
Should I be rolling sleight of hand against
17.
Yeah, why not?
Jesus.
Roll more than a 17, Sunset.
I rolled exactly a 17.
So how does that work?
What do you do on a tie? I don't even know.
That's a good question. I don't
Roll
know.
again.
Well,
I think whoever has the higher modifier wins.
higher modifier? Okay.
I have a
so
plus
Dex?
7 modifier to sleight of hand.
Jesus. Okay, so Caitlyn does not see the note. You only see the note saying, "I knew about this one too." Signed C with that symbol on it.
One, two.
There's a candle lit in the room, right?
No, not
I
at the moment.
assume-
No.
No?
It's the middle of the day. Why would there be a candle?
Why would there be a candle?
Firebolt.
No, that's...
With all this traveling and all the discussions, it's getting toward afternoon now.
You do need to get the garments, come back, and change.
Yes. So, well, there will be less than anticipated, but it should still be fine, though you will need to make concessions. You will have to choose something else, because I can now only afford one.
Okay.
So we'll go back.
Alright.
All right, you get back, and you can buy. You had 220, so you can buy.
320. I had 220 plus the 100 we got from
Oh yeah.
the doors, so 320.
Which dress do you want?
Oh, I'm absolutely going with the black one.
Which has what ability?
That's the
This is
move faster than the eye can see. Honestly, while the ability would be nice, even if it doesn't have that ability, like, I still would go for that one because it's... I like the design.
Okay. So.
But yes, we'll have to...
The dress has 2 charges that are recharged when you do a long rest, and when you use one of those charges, you can make a move up to 100 feet at the speeds. It's almost like teleporting, but you're still traveling from point A to point B. You can't do it through a wall or something.
So you got the first one, the Starlight one.
Yes, the Starlight one.
Okay. I guess I'll cruise the first floor. what in the local style do they have that might fit?
They have many dresses.
Someone in my sector.
From the range of 10 gold up to 200 gold. And just so you know, this mechanic, like the more you spend on the dress, the more you'll be able to influence people during the banquet.
I'll hand Caitlyn the remaining 20 gold. Was there no discount for giving the coin?
You don't know.
Not the way I would have used the coin out of character, but you know, who knows? That coin could have helped you get upstairs, but it sounds like that transaction is over. Moving on.
I mean, for now.
For now, and you gave.
I have
coin.
another
It's not like
coin.
you spent the coin. It's like,
I have
whatever.
another coin.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
I
they
know
don't
you
know
don't.
All right.
Alright.
You're gonna buy a 20 gold dress. Is that what's gonna happen?
Sure. 20 gold dress. Yes.
So she points you out toward like the back corner of the store, away from the window, kind of behind a shelf or two, and there's some dresses there which are of notably less quality, not as vibrant colors, but they're still formal wear.
Mhm.
And you buy a dress.
All
All right. With that,
buy a dress.
you have enough time basically to go back to the inn, change, and then head to the keep.
Yes. Still head over armed. What is the culturally appropriate thing? I am
I fully
the
intend on
warrior.
bringing my staff.
Yeah, staff is accepted. Landval is definitely accepted to have weapons on him. Caitlyn, not so much.
Not so
but
much.
You
But
you
Landval
have
can
short
hold
swords.
your weapons.
Exactly.
You can
them inside for you.
You can definitely try to conceal them within the dress.
They're short swords.
It's a dress. It's a full-length dress. It's from your hips to the ground, and it's puffy.
You could do it. Or you could just get Landval to hold them and, you know, draw them off of him as needed.
Yeah,
That could
that sounds good. Landfall's
Okay, Landval's got your swords.
walking armory.
I'll keep it handy for you.
Very good. My unarmed strike does 0 damage.
Oh, nice.
It's... Well, I mean, mine does too. I guess, arguably, yours would do -2 damage, but you can't deal negative damage.
Anti-negative damage. That would injured my wrists trying to throw a punch.
Mine would deal -1 damage. So, you know, we're both in the same boat. But again, I've got my staff, which also means I have full access to my spells and
All right,
Yeah.
let's get going.
fun stuff. What was the It was 2 charges, and did it have a recharge?
Yeah, when you do a long
Charge
rest.
at full rest.
Long rest. Okay.
That.
All right, so as you head toward the keep, the main gate has been risen. Numerous people of noble families are streaming into the keep. And as you approach, people start to recognize you and kind of clear the way. And there's a long carpet that leads from the front gate all the way to the front door of the keep. And as you approach, basically everyone has separated off of the carpet to let you 3 through. And you notice on the right side there are all 4 Doer sisters, all dressed up in nice dresses, all of them with the symbol of the sun on the breast of their dresses. all of them look at you with a smile, except for Lady Blanche, who looks at Lanval and is just stabbing a knife through your heart with her eyeballs, if that makes sense.
Sorry.
Hell hath no wrath.
You could be a complete mook and walk up to them and like greet them, and then when you get to Dorothea, like kneel down and like kneel down and like take her hand and kiss it, and then look over at Blanche with like kind of a sly smile or something. Just really rub it in.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We might need
They're
their
powerful people.
their
with
help
powers.
later.
This is true. This is true. You could also do the exact opposite. You could go up to Blanche and kneel down and, publicly apologize for the.
That was my plan, actually.
So are you guys gonna go through the door or leave him be?
I want to watch this train wreck, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach Blanche and I'm going to kneel down and offer my humble apologies. My lady, my apologies. Most awkward moment earlier today. I have a problem. You see, me and my friend the bottle. Well, we're so close now, and you caught me at the most inopportune time. And I just spent a long day with my friend the bottle, and you surprised me, and I just have no coordination in those moments. And but I would love to to choose you over the bottle any day I could, Blanche. And I just start stammering endlessly.
I choose you over the bottle. That is a pickup line.
Romantic.
Wow. First of all, give me a persuasion check.
I can't decide if I want him to roll low or high.
All right, a 4.
Jesus. Are you playing with like a D6? What's going on there?
I might as well be.
Blanche looks at you with even more wrath than you've seen before. But she looks around and sees everyone kind of looking at you and what's happening, and she puts on a fake smile. And as you're knelt down before you, she kneels down to kiss your forehead. But when she gets about a millimeter away from your forehead, you hear her whisper something to you. And she says,
"Before I was going to show you the highest delight you will ever see, but now I will still have you. And I will show you the most pain you could ever feel in the bedroom."
and with that, she raises back up with a placid look on her face and steps back into the crowd.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
Okay, as you enter in the door, this is the grand hall of the keep. You see a number of people here. First of all, at the end of the carpet, standing on a raised platform with two throne is the wrong word, but nice chairs are standing. They're standing the Duke and the Duchess, just in this most beautiful dress with like ivory and gold in the dress, and then his armor is just like gleaming, and it's inlaid with gold, and just like they're like a beacon in the center of the room. Off to the left, just off the dais, you see the head of the guard. Caitlyn, I always forget his name. Please tell me his name. Claude Laflay. And he is there with his, his hands behind his back, standing at attention, in his armor also, with the Grail emblazoned on the breastpiece. But you definitely notice he He has a look of great concern on his face. He is not happy. A worried look. His brow is furrowed. And then off to the right of the raised platform is a group of 5 highborn elves. The centermost highborn elf is... Oh, actually brought up a picture for this. Hold on one second here. Image... is this individual here. This is Vespasian. He is a world-renowned general and commander of the First Highborn Fleet. He is not really in that shining of armor. He's, as you can see, he's wearing white clothes with leather armor over it. The 4 men with him stand guard on all 4 sides of him, and they are highborn elves with basically like spears, but instead of a spearhead on it, it's a giant axe head, like long shafted axes that they're holding at attention, like a halberd. That's what I'm trying to say. And they are standing at perfect attention with no expression on their face. And they are in the same armor as Vespasian, but they have giant white furs over their shoulders. Sunset, give me a perception check.
Okay. While I'm doing that, I would like to point out that I miscalculated my gold total. I still have 95 gold on me.
Sure, whatever.
I would have given Caitlyn the remainder of the gold on me.
Ooh, yeah,
Is the dress shop closed?
You better not let Caitlyn know you have the rest of that money. It was obviously a mistake in the first point, but if she hears that you kept money for her, she might not be pleased with that.
That's all right. So I rolled a 6 on my perception.
6. That's enough. You see he is wearing an amulet that is a gold chain around his neck, kind of not drooping down, but like kind of tight around his neck. And at the front is a large red jewel in it.
Man, this would be a perfect time for heat metal.
What else is going on? You also notice surrounding the large statue at the end of the keep, where behind that is the entrance to the catacombs, there's a large presence of guards and knights. They aren't like fighting or anything like that, they're just standing on guard in that area. And with that, the Duke, you see the Duke raise his hand toward you, and you hear his voice, his booming voice. He says, "Come, join us, heroes of Cantamont."
Thank you, kind sir.
We'll move forward. Isn't that the Duke? I don't think kind sir is the appropriate.
His lordship. Important guy.
Your great bestiness of bestest. As you approach the Duke looks at Caitlyn and Sunset and says, "I welcome the great people from the Sylvan Lands. Your forest home and Equitaine have always benefited from a friendly and prosperous relationship, and I welcome you into my home." He then turns his attention to Lanval and he says, What was your hometown, Lanval? Do you remember?
Do not.
Whatever.
Damn it. Pembroke.
Pembroke. He says, Lanval of Pembroke, come forward and kneel.
I approach and I kneel in homage to his greatness.
The Duke then unsheathed his sword.
I guess
And
fireball.
rests it on your right shoulder, and he says, I now raise you from merely Lanval of Pembroke to Sir Lanval of Pembroke.
I am
You are
honored.
you are the first knight to come from your town, and you are celebrated here. Do you promise to always protect your homeland of Equitaine?
Of course, Your Highness. Quatain has always been good to me, and I will be good to it.
And do you promise to serve the lady and protect all that follow her with humility and nobility?
Of course, good sir. Lady always guides us well.
Then rise, now a knight of the realm.
I stand and bow my head to the Duke.
With that, the crowd cheers. The Duke sheathes his short sword again and places his hand on your shoulder and says, I'm so happy to have you here. And with that, the kind of trumpeters on the side of the hall do a little trumpet, and everyone kind of starts intermingling and heading to these long tables along the side of the keep of the grand room, and start feasting. There's a bunch of food there, and everyone it turns into a party. People are talking, people are eating and mingling and moving around, except for Claude, who remains near the statue with the other guards with a concerned look on his face.
I think I might wander over towards Claude and just greet him and check on his well-being. Claude, good to see you.
Old chum.
I am honored by the Duke's gift of knighthood, and I see that you're not overjoyed by my new title.
What gives?
Is there something wrong?
Claude says, yes, I am so very pleased for you and happy to have you among the ranks of the Knights of Equitaine. But I am still concerned about the Catacombs. There is the continual infestation of undead scum continually rising from the Catacombs. I've sent 5 knights into the Catacombs to find this source, and all of them have not returned. Even though I have been forced to take part in this pageantry, what concerns me is the Catacombs, and I fear no one is taking this seriously as they should. And the Lady forbid that this undead wrath chooses to attack during this banquet.
These are grave concerns, Claude. Have these creatures made it above ground? Have you seen them wandering the tower or the city?
No, they always make it to this gate here at the top of the Catacombs, and that is where we have been able to stop them each time.
Interesting. Well, I do not diminish your concerns, Claude. Perhaps I can use my little burst of popularity to rally more arms to your cause. I will ask around and see if I can find more brave warriors.
With that, he seems to cheer up a little bit, and he looks and says, "Yes, thank you. That would be so great. That would ensure the safety of the Duke."
All right, I'll pat him on the shoulder and return back to the table.
Okay. All three of you give me a perception check.
$17.
13.
18.
Oh, damn. Okay, all of you. All of you notice. First of all, the sisters Durer are all across the hall from you at the other dining room, the other banquet table. Blanche is still staring at Lanval intently, while the other two sisters, or the three sisters, I'm sorry, are eating and also heading toward kind of like the back end, like towards the throne, the raised dais. Also, at your side of the keep and down the table a little bit, you see Vespasian with his guards. You see the four guards are just like motionless, like just all they do is follow Vespasian around, like perfectly stone face. And Vespasian seems disinterested with the food. He kind of glances at it. He kind of wanders to the side of the hall and stands there, kind of looking at the people in the banquet.
Well, since that, how do you want to?
Man, really wish I had that horse meat from our last campaign. Probably be rotten by now, right? Make a pretty good poison.
Yeah, we could have bought poison today.
We could have.
That was the plan.
Might not be too late.
What are you looking up?
Is anybody trying to approach him at all? Like, I want to gauge what the guards are doing, as well as like what he is doing when interacting with people.
Currently, he is interacting with no one, and no one is approaching him. Everyone's kind of actually giving him and his guards a wide berth.
Got it. Did I overhear the conversation that Lanval had with Claude?
Oh, yeah, you guys are kind of sticking together, so when he went over there, you went over there. Yeah, I'd say you would.
Okay. So I'll motion to the general and say, well, they look like they could handle themselves in a fight.
Claude says, "Oh, yes."
I was talking
Those
to
are-
Lanval, not to
Oh, Lanval.
Claude.
Never mind. Sorry, my bad.
As if saying they should be your first target. Go recruit them.
Yeah, those are pretty hardy lads. I'll go see what they're up to.
I want to see what the interaction is. Like, I'm gonna hang back. I want to see what the interaction is when people approach him.
As you approach, The guards remain silent, but they basically just step in front of you and Vespasian, not letting you pass. And Vespasian does not. You don't know if he knows you're there or not. These highborn elves are probably a foot taller than you, and also taller than Sunset and Caitlyn. The highborn elves are a little bit taller than the Sylvan elves on an average basis, but they are towering over you as they do this. That's the point.
I look them up and down, and I start to examine their weaponry, and like, looks like you guys might have been in a scrap or two. You ever fight anything actually difficult? Or just a few squirrels and wayward goblins?
They continue to look at you and offer no response.
Because, in Aquitaine, we like to look for increasingly challenging enemies to fight, Start out with something easy, like, say, a orc or a lion or a hippogriff, and you move up to say, like, I don't know, like a skeleton or a zombie, something hard. You ever fight anything like that before? Angry skeletons chomping at your face? It's quite a thrill.
Again, they do not respond to you at all, but you do hear a voice from over their shoulder. You assume it's Vespasian. He says, "Quiet, Aquitanian. These are my personal guards. They are the most highly trained huntsmen. No, not huntsmen. Hold on one second. I gotta check this out. They are most highly trained guards from our land. Please leave us be. You bore me."
Oh, my apologies, kind sir. I was only, jesting at the gentleman here. I was not questioning their prowess. Everyone knows that their high elves are quite skilled warriors. I was just, wanting to see if they had some tales to tell of their own.
They have no tales to tell you.
Aw, not even one?
You just hear him sigh like... And with that, he walks around you, Vespasian, and the guards swiftly move into action. Right when he starts moving, and he starts walking toward the Duke.
Well, see you later, guys.
I'm gonna go whisper Sunset. I do have pass without a trace, but a swirling cloud of shadows might get noticed in the grand hall.
As he approaches the Duke, you notice this, Vespasian. He approaches the Duke, and before he gets the Duke like 10 feet away from him, you see the Duke notice him coming. And you notice the whole time the Duke and Duchess have stayed on the dais, and this is their position of authority over the group. As Vespasian approaches, you see the Duke hurriedly, gotta stumble off and trip over himself, trying to get off the dais to shake hands with Vespasian.
So it's like the Duke is beholden to him in some manner.
Yes. Interesting.
Everyone give me a Arcana check. No, a perception check.
Good. 16.
15.
did
Yeah,
it?
you guys
Good
are just surprised. The Duke has. It's almost like he feels he's beneath the Vespasian in status. Like he's like almost groveling to him.
I could talk to Cloud. Maybe get some context. The Duke seemed quite enthusiastic to meet the general. If you like this with anyone else, this seems rather unusual.
Claude says, yes, the Vespasian arrived a month ago to negotiate with the Duke about where the next crusade will take place. The Vespasian wants the might of the Aquitanian army to head to. Oh boy, hold on. To head
Bring the big map back.
To head to Selexia. Is that right? Selexia, yeah. Selexia is what is equivalent of. Actually, let me just go ahead and let's go to the map here. Let's go to the map, folks. Selexia. Oh, that's really far away. Selexia is here. This is basically the equivalent of North America in the Ninth Age world. This is also where the Dread Elves, the kind of really bad blood between the elves and the highborns is. That's where they reside.
So that would be a crusade to conquer Selexia? That's quite the task.
I don't think it's quite conquer. It's just to attack one portion. Claude says, in order, to conquer the whole nation is way out of their grasp, but to attack them and disrupt their trade routes would be beneficial to everyone, because the Dread Elves are a seafaring folk and they harass the ships that belong, the ships and the trade that come to Aquitaine, and also to the Highborn Elves.
More of a sort of anti-piracy mission. Ships. I guess. Oh. All right. Is that the Dread Elves have been causing much? I'll take the information. I'll go talk with Dorothea. And I've heard that they're considering a mission to take on some of the Dread Elf raiders. Has that been a significant problem for your trade empire?
Yes, the Dread Elves have always harassed our trade ships, our silk routes. Our silk trade routes, but the Dread Elves have always seemed to gain success attacking the lesser houses. The ships of House Dur are well protected and are strong, and often are and always are able to deflect the attacks of the Dread Elf raiders.
What are your thoughts on where would be best for the next crusade to go? What would serve House Dur's interest best?
Dorothea says, where the next crusade goes is entirely up to the Duke. I I humbly accept his decision. But with that,
Okay.
she gives a little wink.
But if he asked, where would you choose? If he were to ask you for advice, are they all the same? Nothing truly bother Hastur.
Let me think here. Hold on. If it was my choice where the crusade would go, we would launch the greatest crusade this city has ever seen. I would take all the knights in the city and load them into all of the ships available and send them to hold on one second.
The other direction.
I would send them to Tafria, the southern end of Tafria.
Tafria.
Is basically the
Yes.
Africa, the Africa in the Ninth Age world.
I have a note here mentioning a skeleton from Tafria, but I do not recall the context. Probably somewhere.
Those were the markings on the skeletons in the catacombs. Were wearing armor of Tafria, specifically northern Tafria.
Isn't
Like-
the
Like the Moors.
isn't the necklace that you're currently wearing also? Or have we determined that that's where that's from? I know it's got a scarab on it and matched the
Yeah,
the
same.
insignia on the door. Okay.
Oh yeah. Right. Not sure. Well, time's a wasting. Well,
What-
actually, I'm not gonna not. I suppose I don't know of your mission.
Yeah, I was gonna. Neither of you know about it. There's also no time limit on it. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be from tonight's party.
it doesn't have to be. As far as I know, there was no stipulation on time.
It's
Just
merely
that,
opportunity.
yeah. All that was stated was that I needed to get his amulet, and that he was currently at the, in the care of the Duke. There was no mention of time, at least not that I remember.
All right. As you're done talking to the Door sisters, you realize they continue to move their way back toward the back of the hall where the guards are.
Hmm. What's Vespasian doing? Is he still engaged with the Duke?
He has wrapped up his conversation. You couldn't really hear what he was talking about, but he has now walked away from the hall and has gone up one of the side stairs up to what you'd imagine is like top part of the keep with bedrooms and wherever he's staying.
I see.
I'm gonna subtly hand Caitlyn his swords.
All right. Stuff it under this big local dress.
Yeah.
The Sylvan.
I don't know, I do have a
dress.
feeling that a fight is gonna break out fairly shortly here.
I'm gonna hand Caitlyn his swords. I'm gonna subtly, or I'm gonna, discreetly pass them to him as best I can. Then I'm gonna wander over towards her. Sorry. And I'm wander over towards the Door Sisters and see if I can eavesdrop on what they're up to over there.
Okay. You try to do this stealthily, or do you try to just approach them and ask them?
I can stealth if I wanted to. So I'm just gonna like casually wander over. Blanche, Dorothea, how goes your evening? What wondrous things have you learned from your fellow nobles tonight?
As you wander over and say that, Blanche is so like visibly upset. The vein in her forehead is just throbbing, and she says, "How dare you approach me? How dare you? How dare you?"
Are you still upset? I thought we were past this by now. I apologized. Are we good?
Let's see here.
We always focus on the negative, never on the positive.
Oh man. I want that to be a persuasion check where you roll like a nat 20. So it's the most it's the most clumsy like reconciliation ever.
But it works.
Yeah. That would be too good. That would be too good.
No,
All right,
only
with
one person
that,
can say how effective it is.
with that, you see actually, give me a persuasion check. Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Come on, nat 20.
You got this.
Oh, 14.
Yeah. It's not
Well,
terrible.
with that, Blanche all of a sudden calms down and looks at you and smiles at you again. And she says, "Yes, we
Oh,
can
no.
be past it. Why don't
I think
you
I just figured it out.
why don't you come with me and we can make up? I need you to give me a charisma saving throw."
Nice.
13.
While previously, Lanval, you saw this is Blanche. I might have said Dorothea before. I meant Blanche. Blanche. Previously, you always viewed Blanche as a old, wrinkly woman, but all of a sudden, as the light falls on her inside this beautifully lit building, and with her sisters around her, through your eyes, Blanche is suddenly the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
Wow.
And she, you know, touches the bottom of your chin with the tip of her finger, and it says, "Come with me." And before you can even think about it, you start walking toward the stairs with her.
Well, I stoned you. See you later, guys.
Yep. Well, come back next week with a new character.
I might still be the same character. I'll just be the zombie.
No, I have a feeling she attuned to the, because she was the one who, no, that wasn't Blanche. It was that was the other one.
That was Sophia.
Yeah.
Lead the
She was
way,
white hair.
Blanche.
She was the one with the sun. She was the one that's obsessed with the magic stuff.
Yeah.
I'll follow you anywhere.
Yeah. So Blanche is only has the hot line ball and serves no other purpose.
Let's go someplace creepy.
So, okay,
There's a perfectly good script below.
You are led by Blanche up the stairs into a private bedroom where she closes the door behind you. Give me another charisma check. Charisma saving throw, I mean.
Oh, wow. 20. Well, not 19 plus 1.
Oh.
Ooh.
Suddenly, as
Time
she
to cover up.
slams the door shut, you look at her again in this different light, and you're like, "What am I doing?" And with this, oh, here we go. Here we go.
It's the giant snake monster from the Catacombs.
Probably. It's still roaming around down there somewhere.
No, it's now roaming around
anymore.
up here in your girlfriend.
No, yeah. Okay. As her voice starts to raise, and her voice changes like it did before, and she says,
I will have your body whether you want to or not. You will become my lover and my slave.
and with that,
In which order?
as she's saying these words, her body starts to grow, and she starts to grow up to like 10 feet tall, and as her dress, constricts and then rips and falls off of her, there's all sorts of lady business in your view. But her arms and her legs turn into giant, like black mantis-like claws, and she raises above you, and in her deep voice she says,
Submit to me.
and I need you to roll. I need you to roll initiative.
That may have been the wrong button.
Good.
What? Oh, they're doing the high
good.
voice.
That's
Damn it!
20.
Yeah, you did the high voice.
Submit to me.
It's better than
22.
Yeah,
Alright, 22.
22. Damn.
As good as it gets.
All right, and she rolls a whopping 10. So as she rises up, you are, with your newfound confidence being knighted, you see her coming and you can do something. It's up to you. You are in the room about 10 by 10 foot. It's not a very big bedroom. And there's one door behind you.
10-foot tall chaos creature or escape plan. I'm going with the escape route.
get your buddies involved.
I'm just
I mean,
gonna pull for the door.
I can create an apocalypse.
Take me
Alright,
1,000 rounds to kill her anyway.
You will take a. Are you gonna do a disengage action?
Oh yeah, I'm disengaging right out of here.
So you open the door, you go through it, you go down the hall 30 feet, and it's now Blanche's turn. Her long mantis-like legs have given her much faster speed as she forces her way through the door and comes up behind you and attacks. What's your AC?
22.
Wait, your AC is 22?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Because he's got that magic armor that gives him +1.
It's the only good set I have.
Oh, jeez. I just lost a dice. Hold on. There we go.
You brought your shield with you to a banquet?
Heck yeah. Still D&D.
That's part of his armament. I would bring it.
Thanks.
Take 29 points of damage.
Whoa.
Alrighty.
As she like is literally clawing down the hallway, one of her praying mantis hands strikes you in the back as you're running and pierces through your shoulder and comes out. You are down the hallway. You're okay. Caitlyn and Sunset, give me a perception check.
Oh, man. I don't know what I'm paying attention to, because it's
It's a hell
certainly
of a
not
party.
that.
Got 9.
Natural 1.
Okay, so yeah, the
Your
party's
captain's all
kind of
for it.
rocking. You hear like a bump, but it's like, oh, it's just part of the party, right? That's the music. It is now
Some guy on a
Lanval's
lute
turn,
that's like
and
dubstep.
she has you pinned.
I cannot move.
Cannot move. You can
Oh,
try
I
to
guess
you can try to get her mandible out of your shoulder, but it'll be a strength test.
Yeah, if I can't move, then I can't really do much else. Alright, I should have free myself with a strength test. Strength test or strength saving throw?
Test. Strength test.
Alright. 15.
Okay, you successfully wrench this mandible out of your shoulder. Like you actually no, it's in your back, so you yank away from it with your body. That is a bonus action, so you can now attack or run.
How far am I away from the hall where everybody else is?
Probably 60 feet to the turn in the hallway, where the top of the stairs.
Okay.
Decisions.
Well, my damage is so low, I'll never be able to like kill her or stop her. Just gonna run for it, I guess.
All right, she gets an attack of opportunity then.
Screaming the whole way? Screaming the whole way? Also, are you taking the dash action, or are you taking a disengage action? Or...
Well,
She missed. She rolled a natural
disengage,
one, so don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
You did
Well,
a
then-
dash action.
Then take the dash action. Get that.
You
that
dash
60
all the
feet.
way to the top of the stairs. Do you use your bonus action already, so you can't really do anything else. So it's her turn. She cannot. She basically is running back. She can't. She can go as far as you, but she can't attack you because that requires her to do a dash. So she's just barreling down, like the alien from Aliens, just scraping down this hallway at you, like screaming, and all you can hear her saying is,
Your body is mine.
that's what she's saying.
Oh boy.
Was that the right voice?
Was that it was the deep voice, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is the deep voice, right?
She pauses a moment to check her amulet to make sure she's got the right enchantment on.
Oh, and then she also says,
Bow down to Siberish.
Alright, good buddy, Siberish again.
but now it's your turn. You're at the top of the stairs. You are looking over the party. with this monster thing behind you.
I start dashing down the stairs and I yell out to Claude. Claude, to arms! To arms!
All right. So you go down there. I need Sunset and Caitlyn to roll initiative.
$19.
19, nice.
Man, I'm just really digging this party. 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's a glamorous party for you to show off your
I
fancy.
think.
Thread.
What did you
I
roll? I'm
think
sorry.
I'm
What did you
still-
roll, Sunset?
9.
She's very proud of that robe.
Yeah, I'm either like just I found some shiny like window that I can just look at myself in, or like I'm concentrating on where Vespasian went,
Or if you've gathered the attention of many of the courtiers.
No, I think the slight demonstration of my abilities have kind of put that to rest. You know,
A bunch of piles of ashes.
oh no, just like stealing the flame from a candle and like holding it in my hand.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I do have control flame, so.
All right. As you turn the corner, you yell out. Everyone kind of turns and looks at you with a little bit of surprise. But Claude is on edge and is ready to react, and he turns and starts sprinting toward you. It is now Caitlyn's turn. You haven't seen what's come around the corner yet, but you're at the foot of the stair.
Foot the stair. So how far is he from
30. He's 30 feet away from you. The top of the
He's 30
total
feet
stair
away.
is 30 feet.
Okay. And like he's visibly wounded.
Yeah, you see him his shoulder is just ravaged.
Tempted just like pass without a trace. Okay. Well, we have a
Grab the
track.
ambulance
So,
on the way out.
well, yeah. So he's 30 feet away, top of the stairs. How far away is Sunset from me?
Sunset's right by you.
Sunset's right by me. Oh, I take a step forward. So now Landval's in less than 30 feet away from me.
Yes.
I am going to cast Pass Without a Trace, which takes an action. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection for duration. Each creature chooses within 30 feet. Including you has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. Creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks other than trace or other traces of its passage.
Okay.
So this is an involuntary thing, so you guys are in it for an hour.
As
Unless
you-
we get more than 30 feet away from you.
It doesn't say you have to stay within 30 feet.
Well, the range on it is 30 feet, so you can't. If you step outside of the range.
Area self.
then-
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
So as next up is the monster's turn, and as Blanche turns the corner, expecting to find Landval in front of her, give me a stealth check, Landval.
with +10.
But at disadvantage,
+10
God,
stealth.
Why
armor.
at disadvantage?
because he's
So
wearing
I'm
heavy
wearing
armor and he
plate.
gets
Ah, yes,
disadvantage.
thank you.
Climb. Alright, I'm gonna use this on roll 20 because I don't have the right. That's +10 on top of my usual modifier.
Yes.
Mhm.
Correct.
Which
First roll
interestingly,
is a-
you have a +2.
31.
31.
Yeah. You.
And 31 again.
Another 31.
Wow. Okay,
Is that good
so
enough? Is that fast?
she turns the corner and raises up. She is now 10, 12 feet tall. These giant mandible hands, and her face has been distorted and turned into this like insect chomper mouth thing. And she's expecting to find you on the stair, and she can't, and she doesn't. And she turns and stops and looks in surprise over the whole crowd. And in that moment, the whole crowd loses its shit and starts like just bum rushing toward the door. You see Claude rushing up the stairs. The knights that were guarding the catacombs are staying where they are, but ready. But they're trying to stay at the top of the entrance to the catacombs. You also notice at the top of the stairs across the hall, Vespasian and his guards are viewing this from the top of the stairs. Kind of emotionless. No one seems too concerned. He's just kind of sitting there watching.
Hmm.
These silly humans and their little parlor tricks.
So with
should
that
make our way
surprise, the
over
monster doesn't do anything this turn. It's now Sunset's turn.
So I finally realized something has happened.
Yes,
Oh,
you
what?
definitely do.
Oh. Giant monster thing. Everybody's freaking out. Alright. Here's a question. Where is everybody in relation to Landval? Because he's at the top of the
Landval's-
stairs, right?
He's kind of halfway down the stairs. The monster's at the top of the stairs. You two are at the bottom.
Can you map this out for
Halfway.
us?
He's halfway down the stairs. Damn, that doesn't
Shit,
help.
I didn't plan this out. I don't have a map.
We just draw. Can we just draw it? Do you have just like a blank page? We can just draw it out.
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me get this going.
You don't have to draw it out to scale, just so we know, all right, if you want to go from here to here, it's so many spaces, blah blah blah. Just
Yeah, I'm working on it here.
Yep. What's the range on that?
so the plan is for us to use this distraction to try to aid you in.
Well, you don't know that that's the plan.
That's true. I don't know that is a plan. So I guess friendlies can see each other using the spell, so we're protected because I'm under armored or unarmored, and I clearly Landval got much did not get the union he was expecting, and practically what HP are you at? How much
down to 29. I took
Yeah, that-
half my damage.
That was exactly half of his health. Okay, within 10 feet.
I mean, hadn't know as bad if this.
All right, so this is pretty rudimentary, but all right. So
Yeah.
this here is the entrance to the Great Hall. That's the
Yep.
main doors. This is the statue of the lady, which the entrance to the catacombs is in the back side of that, right there.
Okay.
And these two are the stairs leading up from the Grand Hall to the upper parts of the keep. Though the one on the top is where you guys are, and hold on, let me get some actual models here.
Where's the dais with the noble, or
The dais is... Well, what are you doing to me? Stop.
Oops.
The dais is the rectangle standing in front of the statue of the lady. This is not to scale.
Fine. And then we have Vespasian is on the lower stairs.
The southern stairs.
The southern,
exactly.
the southern staircase.
And so the staircases are 30 feet? Or what's
in length.
Okay, so Landval's 15
Landval,
feet
your sound
away.
rattling. Landval, can temporarily mute yourself. Yep, that's you.
So Landval would be 15 feet away. And then a further 15 feet beyond that would be the creature.
Yeah, the creature's at the top of the stairs there.
Yeah. Okay.
Tick, tick.
All right, there we go. And this is Claude. He's coming up behind you guys.
Okay. It's a range of 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. This should work, and let me explain what I'm gonna do first, because if you say it's not gonna work, then I potentially want to do something else. So what I want to do is I want to run up to Landval, but be on the creature side of Landval, so that the creature is within 10 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
I then want to cast Thunderstep and teleport away with Landval to the other end of Caitlyn's Pass Without a Trace,
Okay.
which would deal damage to the creature and put me and Landval in somewhat safety.
So you're talking about like going all the way to here?
I guess.
And then
I mean,
you would
this-
end up there too. But wouldn't that do damage to Caitlyn and Claude? Because you're like thunder stepping past them?
No.
It's doing something
From
at the
the
top
point
of
of
the
origin, it's
Oh.
10 feet
I gotcha.
around.
Okay, how does that damage work on the big guy?
Well, it would be 3d10 thunder damage. So it's wow, do I really just Okay. So first of all, it's not going to be thunder damage, it's going to be fire damage, because I'm going to transmute it into fire, cuz why not? How much is that? Okay, so that's only one sorcery point. So it will be, you teleport yourself to an unoccupied space you can see within range. Immediately after you disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 3d10 on a failed save or half as much on a successful one.
Constitution saving throw.
Con save, DC 15.
He passes. She passes.
Okay, so it'll be half of whatever I roll, but I also get a +4 to it because it is now a fire spell, and that's what my draconic ancestry provides. So that's a 6, that's a 10, and that's a 6.
22.
So 22, 26, so 13 damage.
Okay.
I won't bother re-rolling any of those because they all rolled pretty high.
All right. With that,
yeah.
it is Landval's turn again.
You may be disoriented and smell slightly of smoke.
Well, I'm gonna enjoy the safety of distance and use my crossbow, if
Okay.
possible. Ooh, bad rolls like usual. 12.
Nope, you miss.
Surprise, surprise.
All right. It is
Damn.
Claude's turn.
I could have done more. It's all right.
Too late now.
Yeah.
With Claude yells out at the top of his lungs, he says, "For the lady and the Duke!" And he rushes up and attacks the monster. Let's see here. Ho! Okay, so that's...
Does the monster need some flex tape?
As he runs up the stairs, he draws his sword. As he does so, it just like glows like a bright light, and he raises it up, slashes it down on that mandible that's recently struck into Lanval, and like just takes out a huge chunk of her arm, and she screams out in rage.
Ah!
Okay, it's now Caitlyn's turn.
Well, don't have my bow, don't have my swords, but I'm going to catch up with my friends here.
Oh,
That's the
you
lion ball.
abandoning Claude? Okay, cool.
Well,
Caitlin's
I mean-
unarmored. I can hit from range. I can pretty much hit from any range.
Is that your turn? Is that your turn,
Like-
Caitlyn?
Landball was still up there then, but he's not, so.
And Landval can... I don't intend on going any farther than this, not while the monster's still sitting there. I'm going to help out, but what do I need to be?
Is Vespasian still, or is he and his goons just chilling on the southern steps? Watching
Yes, they are.
the fight?
They're just watching it like they're watching a movie.
High elves, low courage.
Can we get markers?
What are the
there's-
other door sisters doing?
They
And
fled
what's
with
the Duke
crowd.
doing?
The Duke ran upstairs to the safety of his room.
Ah,
Okay, now it's the monster's turn. The monster swings at Claude. That hits. Wow, that does hit. And her mandible like whacks Claude and slams him against the wall of the staircase and crumples him to the ground. And with that, she sprints down the stairs, gets to there, and is just like saliva coming out of her mouth as she intently heads toward Lambo.
Did you see Landball?
can she see Landval?
You never know. I didn't know. But yeah, she's going down the stairs. You don't know if she can see Landval or not. But with that, it is Sunset's turn.
Okay. How far away is the creature?
Close. Let's say 40 feet? No, 30 feet.
That's
30
far
feet.
enough. Well, that's close enough, but that's also far enough. Okay. Or do I want to do that? No, I'm going to do this first. We can figure out if I want to do that next. Okay. So that is... Where is it? Quicken spell. 2 sorcery points. So I am going to quicken spell Fireball.
Okay. A saving throw on that?
Yeah, so let me just make sure I know what it is. So it's going to be DC 15 Dex.
Failed.
Lovely.
Light it on.
All right, so that's going to be 8d6 plus 4. And I'm going to need to figure out what my rolls actually are, because I may want to re-roll some of them. Oh, well, we're starting off strong. That's a 6. That's a 5. That's a 5.
Nice.
That's a 6.
Jesus.
That's a 3. Make sure it's 8d6, right? Okay, so that was 5. That's a 2. That's a 4. And that's a 6. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother.
10, 15,
Oh, you, So,
15,
did you add that up for me?
Well, I thought I did, but I
21,
guess not.
31, 37. 37.
37, and that's including the plus 4?
That's what you just wrote in the chat.
41.
Six
plus
That's
that wasn't-
with the modifier.
With the
So-
modifier.
Hold on, so
41?
let's see, 12, 21, or 22, 28, 30, 37. Yeah, it'll be 41.
Okay.
And
Nice.
that was my bonus action.
Sorcerers.
I'm gonna cast a firebolt as well, which is going to require a d20 to hit plus 7. That's gonna be 24 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
Just rolls. Is it 66 again?
No, this is firebolt, so it's
Yeah.
it's 2d10.
Oh, okay.
That's a 2, and that's a 1, so 3 damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not a great follow, but
No.
still very, very good initial attack.
Yeah.
All right. Is that your movement? Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, Landval. What do you want to do?
Actually, nah, that's my turn. It's my turn.
I'm going to make 2 ranged attacks during my turn. I might move a bit over here, so we can kind of, because I have to be within 30 feet to get the protection from Caitlyn, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is is it an aura she projects, or is it just proximity to her person?
I mean, I'll reread it.
That distance is fine.
Village sounds radiant. So it's a veil of shadows and sounds that radiates from me.
Cool.
So yeah, it is an aura.
Okay, I'm gonna move a bit to spread us out, and I'm going to use my crossbow twice to attack. First one, I roll 24 to hit.
That hits.
I do 7 damage. Second attack, ooh, is a miss.
Okay. All right, Landval. It is now Claude's turn. Claude gets up again. Races toward. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Well, it's out of scale, but yeah.
It's on the scale. I'll kill it. I'll kill it.
I can't even see it on.
I got it. Oh, don't worry about it. I got rid of the aura because, as I said, it's not the scale.
And he attacks the big guy again. Oh god, again, Claude is angry.
And the 2.
And he. What do you get when you attack of opportunity? Like, when you're attacking someone from behind when they're distracted? Do you double the hit?
Well,
So
I mean,
probably just advantage.
yeah, I would just say advantage. Like, really anything is probably going to just be advantage.
Yeah.
All right. So next up is Caitlyn.
How's the monster looking? Like, mostly dead, or still very much in the fight?
Give me an insight check for that one.
That's fair. Insights. Crit success.
Crit success?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Check
You
what?
have seen you see the attacks that Claude has made, like the stab marks in her torso that you can see ripped her open her gut and that she is bleeding from them. You also see you do not see any scorching from the fire attacks. And she looks to be in pretty good health.
Huh. Well, guess that fire ain't doing so much.
Do you say that? Please tell me you say that.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay. It gives me an excuse to try something new.
because I see you just like, yeah, Sun said that. I know your thing's fire, but.
But what do you do? What do you do?
Oh, you think fire's my only thing? Well, watch this. And at my next turn
I
is
guess I'm
when...
debating whether or not to swing attack because my stealth is still very much like part of her thing because it's not clear that she could see me, and then it's stealth detection. So, I guess I can't do aid. I guess I'm still hanging back.
Okay. Next up is the monster. The monster screams out in rage and goes towards Landval. Claude gets an attack of opportunity. Let me see here. +5. Does not hit. With advantage, actually. Still doesn't hit. And this giant beast monster raises up and pounces on Landval. Oh no. What was your armor again?
22.
And she misses.
Woo!
She trips over the dais and stumbles on the ground and doesn't attack. Ooh, oh boy. Next up is Sunset.
Okay. there's a point that is within 20 feet of the monster that is not also within 20 feet of Landball, or really anybody else. Correct?
No, you're either gonna hit Caitlyn or Claude. One of the two.
Caitlyn or Claude.
You're kind of where you are now, or you'd be up here, but then you're hitting Claude too. One of the two.
Well, but it explicitly states that it spreads around corners.
Oops, you were right there. There you go.
Yeah, well, I'm not moving,
Alright, so you're gonna hit Caitlyn.
but, well, no, I wouldn't necessarily. Like, this is I can drop this anywhere within 150 feet.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I'm looking for a spot that is at least, or at most 20 feet away from the monster, that is also more than 20 feet away from Landval and
Yeah,
Claude.
where whoever the brown pointer is that's exactly what that'll do.
Okay.
I thought it
Alright.
was coming from you. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so right there, I am going to drop another fireball. However, instead of doing it as a quickened spell, I'm going to transmute it into ice or cold.
Okay.
So yeah, but same rules apply. It's DC 15 Dex save.
DC 15 Dex. You're clicking
Landball,
again.
mute
Landball,
yourself. Your audio's acting up.
yeah. What do you say? Dex 15?
Dex.
I failed.
All right. So this will not get the +4 because it is no longer a fire spell. But that's a 4. That's a 5.
Just roll the 66 on roll 20.
I don't trust those.
Okay.
4. 2. Plus, I'm gonna wind up re-rolling some of these anyway.
Even more of a reason to use roll 20, because you can write up macros that automatically do the reroll.
Well, no,
I'll write it
because
up for you.
I have to choose if I want to do the re-roll.
Uh,
Because it costs me a sorcery point.
Just roll the dice.
So I'm going to use Empowered Spell to re-roll up to 4 of the die. So there's a 2 that is going to become a 6. There's another 2 that's going to, well, that's going to become a 1, so that's no bueno. That 2 is going to become a 3, and this 3 is going to become a 1. That might have been a wash. 9, 10, 16, 20, 26 cold.
26 cold.
Yep.
nice.
All right.
That's the last time I can cast Fireball unless I get a long rest. Well, maybe. How many sorcery points do I have? I only have 3
Anyways.
left. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that'll end my turn.
Next up is Landhall.
Alright, I'm gonna keep on shooting.
She's
Use a
on top of
crossbow
you now.
attack.
She's on top of you now if you just want to swing.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Thought she had fallen before she got to me. Alright, using the longsword then. Alright, first one's a 21 to hit,
That hits.
and 9 damage.
Okay.
Second is, 11. Gonna use one of my bonus dice to try to bump that a bit, so I'm gonna add a d8 to that. That makes it, oh gosh, 12. Never mind.
All right. Now it is Claude's turn. Claude again runs to attack at advantage because he's behind. It hits both times. Oh. Like swinging at his sword, and it just goes right through her back. He's like slicing up her back, but she is like purely intent on attacking Landball. It is Caitlyn's turn.
All right. Well, it's not. We're not going doing the stealth approach, so I guess I'll start swinging. And the stealth isn't really helping Landball anyways. I'm actually at max at 40.
Do you want to breathe fire?
Ask me during your turn. Okay. Action. First action. Attack. 21 to hit.
That hits.
With 8 damage. So, that's with Colossus Slayer. So that is main action, first attack. Moving to main action, second attack. And attack 2. And that is a 22 to hit with 9 damage. So that's a total of 17 damage. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to do a third attack. And that is a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay.
But you do slice her up good. Next up is the monster. The monster is screaming with rage now. And she just raises up her whole body weight. Oh, Jesus. And she misses freaking Landfall again. Woo!
Jesus,
One humongous
literally
attack.
built like a tank.
All right. Sunset.
Okay, so yeah, I'll ask. Do you want to breathe fire? Actually, positioning wise, do both of you want to breathe fire?
How much damage does it do?
It will do 3d6.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right.
36 auto hit, sure.
Yeah, it's
I'll
a
do
dex
that.
saving throw for the monster. So that is going to be, I need to use a sorcery point because I'm going to twin this spell.
Does that count as me casting a spell?
Huh? No, I'm the one casting it.
Oh, I just release it.
Yeah, you just breathe. Yeah, so that's going to be, I think that's 2, because it's a second level spell. Yeah, so that'll be 2 sorcery points. I will tap each of you on the shoulder.
Yep.
And yeah, for the next, what's the duration? 1 minute, so 10 rounds. You guys can breathe fire in a 15-foot cone for 3d6 damage.
And it takes an action.
It takes a bonus. It takes an action for you to breathe fire. Yes.
Okay.
It's a bonus action for me to cast that, though. So I'm actually just going to move back to where I was. Well, can I do that? Having moved there, can I move back to where I was?
Yeah.
In the same movement, I've got 35 feet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to move back to where I was. And then I'm going to cast Firebolt. Because Dragon's Breath is only a bonus action to cast.
Okay.
So that will be... Oh, well, that's garbage. 11 to hit.
Does
I
not
imagine
hit.
that doesn't make it.
All right. Next up is Landball.
All right, I'm going to use my newly imbued flaming hot Cheeto breath to attack the creature. So
Okay.
it needs to make a dex save.
Not
I get
sponsored.
this- Oh yeah.
Dex 15 save, you said?
Yes, Dex. It'll be a Dex 15.
She
save.
fails it. She fails it.
All right.
I'll let you roll the damage. You're the one initiating the fire.
Oh.
breath.
It
Only
is fire damage.
only 6 damage.
Nope, but it's auto hit.
Yeah.
That counts for
Yeah.
something.
All right. Next up is Cloud. Claude goes for it again. This time he misses twice, but he's at advantage. Hits once. Oh, rolls double ones. So
Boo.
it's 5.
Old man.
Right. Caitlyn, go for it.
All right. Mid action. The breath. 10. And
Oh, I get my
so
dex
10
save.
damage.
Hold on. I get my dex save.
Okay.
Hold on. I fail it
there's
anyway.
a dex save. Okay, so 10 damage. Rough weapon, and then my bonus action, I'll swing with sword. 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay.
Ooh, she is getting just beat up. Her naked body is starting to like be gashed and nicked everywhere, and the tips of her limbs are starting to have singe marks on them, but she's still going strong. Monster turn. All right, this time she raises up on Landval again and hits.
Finally.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This time
Prepare
she
ya anus.
raises up and she goes to her full height, and you see her bug jaw mandibles unhinge, and she comes down directly on top of Landval and swallows him whole. And you can
Oh,
see
good.
like you can see the Landval body like in her throat going down into her body.
Hey, I'm gonna argue cannot make a dex save if you're breathing fire inside them.
6.
That is true.
You've already done the fire, right? Landval?
Yeah.
Landval, take 20 points of damage.
Oh.
Still got 9.
I'm not dead yet.
All right, next up is Sunset.
Okay. Damn. I'm out of 3rd level spells. Well, I guess he's been swallowed completely, right? Like, there's no, like, part of him that's sticking out that I could...
Nope.
I mean, it wouldn't matter.
Inside.
I'm out of 3rd level spells, so... I guess I will just try to hit with a firebolt. Oh, what is that? 13. It's not gonna.
Does not hit.
That's not gonna do it.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it. That's all I got.
Alright. Lanval. You do not need to roll to hit. I get no dex save with your fireball.
If I use
Or
fire
you're-
inside the creature, though, will I just burn myself too?
You will, but you're gonna do double damage. I'm gonna make the rule. You're gonna make double damage on the monster,
On myself.
and you will do regular damage on yourself.
Oh, that's wise. I'm gonna
Well,
try to just
Swing away.
stab my way out of this thing. Do I get advantage for attacking with my sword inside the creature?
So it technically says you are blinded and restrained. Does restrained mean you can't do any damage?
Yeah, I would suspect so. I don't think
Right.
like restrained. I think you wouldn't be able to move enough to actively do anything that would cause damage with your sword.
Right.
Gotcha.
But
Bite damage.
You can't-
Bite attack.
you can't restrain somebody from breathing without it being called
True.
choking or
I'm
suffocating.
gonna agree with that. If you want, you can flame breath.
Alright.
No longer
flame
won't
breath.
be blinded anymore. You'll be able to see for a bit.
Alright, so double damage, 66. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Alright, so 21 damage.
Ooh.
And that's gonna be
And then 3d6 to yourself.
I roll separately. Alright. Alright, 10.
You're,
Does that
you're
mean you
dead
go
now, right?
unconscious?
yeah,
Huh?
he's unconscious.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Okay, next up is Claude.
Going down. Landval proper knife went down swinging.
Oh,
From the belly of the beast.
he went down breathing for sure.
Yeah.
With my last breath.
That's literally with my last breath. I curse you.
So as Claude raises up, takes both hands on the sword, and slices down Blanche's backbone, it splits open her back, with her spine exposed, and she drops to her knees, but she's still alive.
Okay.
It is now Caitlyn's turn.
Easy
Sounds
access to
like
the stomach.
next head height now. Or easier for me to access because she was 10 feet tall. So I'm gonna swing for the head with my attack. So this is main action first attack. That is 20 to hit, non-natural. So, and then that is 16 damage. This will be attack 2. That's a 14 to hit.
That misses.
Surely her AC is lower at this point. That is 18 to hit,
hits.
6 damage.
18 hits. So how many damage is that total?
That is a total, that's like 15 plus, that's 22 damage.
As you rear up and you take your blades and you swipe them double across her torso, you slice the bottom of her stomach, and Lanval's unconscious body slides out like a C-section, like a baby coming out of a C-section.
Is he crying?
And then after Lanval comes all of her guts, and it spills out with a splosh against the floor, and she yells out,
I give my body to Sibaresh.
and she falls over dead. Blech. Point of order. Lanval, you died. I'm going to give you the option right now, and I know you're not too happy with your choices of your character.
Wait, he died. He didn't just fall below 0?
He went unconscious. I'm going to give you the option
Went
right now.
unconscious.
You can let Lanval die and re-roll, or they can attempt to save you.
He had a good life. Sing songs of his exploits, but let him pass on to a better place.
Goodbye, Lanval. I think that's very poetic too. That the evening he was knighted, Sir Lanval is killed by his lusty lover. And with that, we are gonna call this game session to an end. R.I.P. Sir Lanval. But we will see what you have to bring to us next round. I am gonna say you don't have to do this, but consider rolling a build something like Samuel Sandwich, and you can take on him if you want.
My good buddy Sam.
Or go a completely other way, whatever you want to do.
Dude, you could be Calypso.
No, Calypso
me my
is
money
part of the
back.
story. She's a non-player character.
No, Calypso's too cool for us.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
I'll have to mull
I
that
guess
one over.
so. You know, if freaking Jacques was still with you, I'd let you re-roll into him too, but he is not here.
We've not seen
Or-
proof of death yet.
Or is he?
You got a brand new character, or you got a re-roll into Sam Sandwich.
Yeah, I mean Sam's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind playing as Sam. He's got a good track record so far. He's a very effective and useful member of our team.
We're making you join a 12-step program.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think
there-
if you re-roll into Sam, I'm gonna make up some sort of mechanic like when you drink, there's a certain chance or odds that you do a random action instead of doing what you wanted to do. I'm gonna make up something like that. But it's not gonna be like really
Murdering
bad.
the nice lady outside the tavern door.
It's not gonna be like a
Like that kind of
50%
random
chance,
action?
but like 1 in 20, or like maybe a 1 in 10 chance you don't do what you want to do because you're drunk.
Oh, you gotta run it like, so one of the YouTubers I watch has like special rules for wild magic, because it's supposed
Yeah.
to be if you roll a 1, it does something on the wild magic table, but that's kind of boring. It should escalate. So every time you pass, instead of rolling a 1, you roll 2 or less, 3 or less, and
Oh, I see.
until it gets to the point where you hit it because you've got no choice.
I
Okay.
like that. That's pretty.
I'll think about it.
pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be fun. Mix it up a little bit.
All right. Well, yeah, roll into a level 6 character, I think. And yeah,
Sounds
not,
good.
Not a level 7. We're not gaining.
now let's do
another-
everyone roll. Everyone, you guys upgrade to 7. Lanval rolls into a level 7. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Anyone who's still watching this, thank you for watching the whole show. And
Tell your
everyone
friends.
tell your friends. Please like and subscribe. And everyone have a good evening.